Well, what's in the mystery bag? Of course, you know, this here is the starter pack that I'm going to have in the workshop or in the music shop for sale. It comes with everything you need, a gig bag, there's a guitar in here. Now, I've already done like a little short few minute review or unboxing of this already, but these videos are going to be out of whack. I think this one will be uploaded before that one. So if you see another unboxing of the same, it's the same guitar. I just got two different cameras to film on, and I got two different camera rolls, and just, yeah. But anyway, you got a little nice little gig bag, and today we are going to set this up, and it comes with a few good goodies here out of the bag. I got lights everywhere here. I got that light set up, help with lighting over here. It's raining today, and it's a little bit darker out, and just, yeah. And so I got a light on my phone, nice bright, and I got the light on the workbench, thank God. You got that, and it looks like I have a streak in the camera, so I'm gonna wipe y'all off. Yeehaw. Did that help? Barely. Alright, so anyway, it comes with a good few goodies here. You best know we're gonna play around with these today too. So I'm gonna use it to help set up. Got the tremolo bar, got its own amp cables and stuff. We'll set that to the side, and it's got a nice little carrying strap, a little guitar strap for you to stand up, play, and beat out some solos that every beginning guitar player dream of. So let's dig into this bad boy. Now this is I'm not sure the material on this case. It's not a hard. It's kind of like a, I don't know. Y'all bleep bloop this down in the comments if y'all know what material this thing's made out of. Nylon or something. I don't know. I'm gonna say, plastic feeling material. That's what I'm gonna name it in this video. But it's zipped in there. It comes with two zippers. If I can locate them, which probably mean they're here somewhere, and I am just not seeing it. Come, oh, zippers. Where are you? Oh, there they are up here at the top, where I started from before. So let's unzip this. And see what we are working with here. Alright, so we need to open this up now. And like I said, I already did a little video on it before, but it has no name on the headstock. I know that's a good sign, but it's a low end, yes. I picked it up off the interwebs as a starter special. Made a little investment. It said it's called a Sunset guitar. Me, I'm just gonna call it a low end Fender replica. It kind of has that Fender look and feel from one end to the other. So we're gonna be real careful on this because I don't want to tear, shred, or scratch this up because it's going to be they're going to buy this for the guitar. So, but I do go through everything and make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. And I just drop the silica gel, keep everything. I need to put that silica gel back in the guitar case to help ward off the moisture in there. Put that up there to the side. Am I getting y'all into the shot? Good, you see it. Now, let me bring you in again and show you color. It's kind of got a burst. It's not a sunburst, but it's kind of got a little burst color. It's got black trim on the outside, and it breaks off into this nice, beautiful blue finish. For it to be really a low-end starter pack, they really put a lot of attention to detail, and can't really wait to start digging into this and setting it up and see if it works and all that good stuff. Everything seems dialed in, and I think there should be a little plastic coating on this that keeps it. There it is. It's on there, and I'm not gonna pull that off. I'm gonna leave it on there. Let the customer get the joy of taking that off for the first time, so they get that freshness. You can smell the freshness on this. And so it's real beautiful. I will flip it over here and let you see the back. See, it looks just like a little Fender Affinity Squire type of deal. I've already had my fingerprints on that. I will wipe that off. So yeah, I'm going to take this off. Today we're just going to set this up. Not really worried about cleaning because it's brand new. And, you know, and then just adjust everything that needs adjusting. And don't have to really do a whole lot to this. So this shouldn't take too long. Now, as far as strings, I am not going to change these strings on this. Everybody will probably argue me up and down. Yeah, you do, because you know, those strings are crappy that come in off the manufacturer. Listen, you can try to sell me that all you want to. These guitar companies that are making this are getting their strings from the same company you and I would buy in Guitar Center or from Gibson or anybody else. These are the same companies they buy from, either Diodaros or, you know, Ernie Ball, Ernie Slinky, or Slinky Ball, whatever you call them, or, you know, they're pretty much, they're the same string. Now, years and years ago, yes, it mattered what brand of strings you put on, because, you know, you had different tones and different things. People preferred this, but nowadays, it's a new day and age, guys, and now it really doesn't really matter. Now, I'll tell you what does matter to a Fender, whether you're a Fender enthusiast or you're a Gibson enthusiast or anything. The type of wood really does make a difference in sound quality on these instruments. So to keep in mind, when you do buy a low-end instrument, you do go cheap, you do get what you pay for sometimes, because they use lower quality wood. Then, you know, it doesn't mean it's crappy, it doesn't mean it's just going to snap in two or anything. No, it just means, you know, they're not really putting in the higher quality wood like spruce, mahogany, or anything of that nature into these to put them together. I mean, but speaking as a parent, and you got a kid that really wants to learn how to play a guitar or an instrument, things of that nature, you don't want to break the bank doing that right off. You don't want to go out there and just spend thousands of dollars on music equipment for a beginner player. And, you know, not really trying to cash in on beginner players, you know, just saying. A lot of times when they start digging into it and they realize that it's just how much work goes into, they're like trying to learn them, they kind of give up and get discouraged, and they move back onto their video game systems. So it's always best just to buy a low end and just to get them started. That way, if they lose interest, you could resell it back for just what you put into it, and you can move on about your day. Nothing ever happened. So, and this will be available on my Stranger Strings music shop. This will be for sale. So, with all this talking and blabbing being said, let's get to work setting this thing up. First things first, let's just loosen up the strings. I will check the neck relief and see if it's okay. These low ends, they do have a truss rod. This doesn't have a truss rod cover. Get you in there. There it is. So, yeah, and for it to be a low end, they got these screws on the edge of these. This is really nice. They got the screws on the edge of these tuners to adjust, to tighten these down. You see, look here. You tighten this down. You see that little rubber piece right there, the little black piece? You push it up closer to it. It keeps the tuning peg from really going one direction or another. It kind of helps lock them in place a little bit. Helps you with the tuning aspect of it. I will be adjusting those as well. We're going to play around with the amp. We're going to hook all these things together. Tremolo, I'm going to set the spring action on the back of this. We're going to turn it over and do all that stuff today as well. So, come on, porch pickers. Let's get to work. Well, it's just showering rain out there. It's supposed to be gloomy all day long. But it's not supposed to get cold or anything. I think it's supposed to stay down in the 50s at night. We'll put this up. We're ready for it. And where is my board? What did I do with that board? There it is. Got it. It's covered in sawdust. Kimberly was using my workbench yesterday. Now I know the strings are on it, and yes, I wonder if I can actually just pry these apart a little bit, kind of get in there. Now I probably should just loosen them up, but I do it right here at the first fret, on back to 12, because that's really where, you know, most of the, you know, the bow is going to happen anyway. If you got any kind of relief in the neck, that's where it's going to happen anyway. And yep, Yep, best I can tell. Now, granted, the way I'm doing this, the argument could be made that it's not really a bow in the neck, that it's just uneven fret wear, you know, things of that nature. So I'm gonna double check this out. Not only am I gonna use this, and this board's straight, not only am I gonna use it to help gauge right there, it's from the 1st fret to the 13th fret, where I had this laid on. Because the truss rod usually stops for about here, about the bump stock, or right around in here. Anyway, it don't go all the way up the neck, it just stops in around right here. So let's take a gander at it. Move the hat so I can see my daylight. Yeah, next has got to be straightened just a scotch. Just a scotch. That's what this is telling me. Now, I'm going to double check it. Now, how you double check this is, get your hat. You just take the guitar, lift it up on one end. You want to look down both sides of that neck. Both sides. And let's see. And it does look straight. So maybe it is just uneven frets. Well, some frets are probably sitting lower than others. It could be that. So what I'm gonna do is, once we get this tuned up, I'm gonna go down each individual string and see if I start hearing buzzing down these frets, and let's see if that happened. If and that means we have an uneven fret somewhere that we have to file down. I've already got to go to the edge of these and kind of file these down anyway, because they're catching. I'm catching just about every one. It's rough to the touch. So I want to go ahead and file these down as well, especially on the corner. So basically what I'm trying to say, I'm going to leave the neck relief alone because it's not that bad. Looking down the neck, looked a little bit straighter than it was telling me this. So if I'm doing that, I'm not really going to mess with it. So I'm just going to probably just leave it. See, it's still telling me. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to contradict myself here. I do that all the time, second guess myself. I'm just going to give that truss rod just a scotch turn. Is it a 4 or a 5 today? I know the last few guitars I've had, they've been 4s and 5s. Nope, we're on a 4 today. And which way are we going to turn it today? Let's see. I don't know if that's loosening or tightening or what that's doing. We're going to find out today. Let's see if it goes just. That feels like it's loosening in that direction. So let's go this way. You just want to turn it a scotch. You don't want to overdo it. Get out of there. Just a scotch. Now that feels tight. I ain't gonna turn it no more. Let's see what she got. If that just quits my mind from second guessing itself right there. Let's see. You probably stand to go a little bit more. I can't stand it when my mind just second guesses itself and then it tells me, no, you better check that. Get out of there. There you go. Half the battle's fighting the tools here. Alright. I gotta be turning it the right way because that's just getting tighter right there. Let's just take a gander at it now. I ain't going no further. That looks good. There we go. Alright, she's straight. Mind, are you happy now? Yes, man, I'm really happy. We can continue now. Good, thank you. Put that away. Let's go. Let's continue now. That cord's just pulling that thing, ain't it? Trying to get the lights to work for me here. Anyway, you probably see that cord just dangling everywhere. Alright, so now that we got that taken care of, and the neck straightness and all that stuff, and you get done second guessing yourself about 500 million times, let's move on. One thing I'm probably trying to do is probably get this trim of the bar here out. Oop, no, I gotta reuse this bag, Matthew. Careful. Go ahead and attach it on here. kind of get a feel for. Ooh, yeah, that's really loose. That's I'm barely. I don't know if you can tell this on camera, but I'm barely having to mash that down. So we're going to have to adjust that too. That's got a lot of play in it. A lot of play. So we're going to take this off now. For right now. Spin, 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 spin. Bring y'all in closer. I'm going to keep the strings loose on this. I ain't going to tighten them up. That's how they were shipped to me. So I'm just going to keep the strings loose. And just flip them over. Flip the guitar over. Now we're going to take this back cover off right here and access them springs. Oh my, yeah, that's hardly under any tension at all. We gotta fix that. Yeah, that's not under any tension at all whatsoever. Look here, I want to get that to the point to where I don't have to. I can barely move them. Look at that. That's got a lot of play in it. Are y'all seeing this? Y'all zoom in. Come on, zoom in. Thank you. See there? I don't know if that's supposed to have that much play in them springs like that, but we're gonna adjust on that. Right here, right now. Let me tighten them down. And here's the adjustment screws right here. I'm trying not to block the view of the camera. Hold my arm up a little bit so you can see where I'm at, what I'm doing. Just bring it down. What you want to do it evenly though on both sides. You don't want to tighten one side down more on the other. So you just want to get in there, tighten it, both sides. Tell you what, for a low end, it sure has some good quality stuff in here. I'm gonna mess with them until they feel right to me, you know. Just keep on going. Now that's just right here out of the box. And I'm gonna tell y'all something here too. Uncle Matt's gonna preach at you. When you get an instrument in, whatever it is, don't automatically assume. Well, mine are. I always go through when I get them in before I put them on my website. Put them on the interwebs. I always go through them like I'm doing now. Make sure they're set up because I don't want anybody having to go through and have to redo the whole damn thing and before they can even play it. I want them to experience the instrument as soon as it comes out. But my specs isn't going to be everybody else's specs necessarily. So when you get it there, you might want to say, I don't like the way he has that set up or how he has that done. So, you know, it's just everybody's preference. But I'm going to set them up, you know. I can only go by how I would like to have them set up, you know. So I'm going to leave that uncovered and try that tremolo bar one more time. Alright, so still need to adjust a little bit more, but it's almost to where it's supposed to be. For me anyway. And when you get them in, you want to go through it. You want to explore your instrument. Become one with it. You want to know what makes it tick. You want to know little special things for it. You know, just how you know, it's supposed to be an extension of your music. You know, how do you want to set it up to help you deliver your musical message? I know that probably sounds a little corny, but you know. And I don't think somehow this middle spring, I don't even think it's doing anything, to be honest with you. It don't seem like it would do anything. I'm gonna go ahead and just try to. I can hear y'all saying stuff. Don't break it down all the way. No, don't do it. No. But I'm going to, dadgummit. Just keep on adjusting on them. There you go. I'm doing it one here, one, keep going back and forth between the two. So let's put that tremolo bar back on. Don't cover up anything until you're done, because that'll be a headache. And redo it, and open it up, and all that stuff. So let's put this back on. Come on. Come on. Everything got to be difficult. That's a lot better. That's offering up some good resistance right there. Alright, so now I am satisfied with that. Let's move on. Alright, so now let's put the cover plate back on. Come back to you. Alright, next step that I'm going to do, well, it even comes with a little Allen wrench. That's cool. Probably could have used that just for the truss rod just a minute ago. Now we're going to plug it in and make sure all the electronics work on this. So let's pull out the cable that it comes with. And this is the reason why I'm using everything that it comes with, to make sure everything it's coming with is functional before my customer gets it. That way, I want to make sure everything works before they get it, because if it don't work for me, I ain't gonna send it. I'm gonna do my best to make sure this thing is as functional as it is. Now this is just a little get her started wire. It's not, you know, nothing fancy, and I don't know if I'm gonna make the reach between the amp and my guitar with this, but we're gonna find out today. So let's just plug this in. Where this in there? Get that going. Oh, you know what? I gotta come back to you. I gotta plug in my amp first. Let's create the fire hazard. You can't see it, but up there I have just about 3 things plugged into one wire. Bring that zoom down a little bit. There it is. There it is. All right. Now the amp's plugged in. Let's see if the wire makes any noise. You can just take the ends of these, make a noise. How about that? So the cord works that we know of. So let's walk through the depth of all these wires and plug it in. Let me get y'all in. All right. Oh, hey, tripping over everything. I gotta get rid of these cords somehow, some way. I gotta break these cords up somewhere to get them out of my way. Okay, that's done. Now let's turn this over now. Spare no expense on getting the job done, you know. Put this in now. Well, get noise. Let's go through the cycles here. Horsepower with that. Volume knob works good. Everything looks fine. We really gonna have to. I am gonna adjust this pickup height. So now it's time to bring it into a rough tuning and start working on all that. So let me just start by that. I'll get one string tuned up. Might even have to settle a string into the peg. That sounds about right. I don't know. Yeah, those have definitely gotta be tightened up. I'm just moving. I got play before it even starts turning the tuning peg. So it'll get me there now until I get all that adjusted. Alright, so she's in a crappy tuning, but a tuning nonetheless. She's just roughly tuned. That's all I need for right now. What I'm going to try to do is go ahead and settle the strings into the peg, because I know they probably haven't been done, and you know, they're new strings, so they ain't been settled in yet. But I think before I do that, I want to go ahead and adjust these adjustment screws on the outside of these tuning machines there. So let me go ahead and do that real fast. Go ahead and grab hold of one here and just turn that screw. Come on. Why ain't you turning? There you go. Turn it on this one too. because there was a lot of play, especially that 5th string tuning machine. There was damn sure a lot of play in it. So I'm going to tighten them down. Not all the way, just good and snug. Just so you can't turn that screw no more. That's it. I'm going no further. You don't want to overdo it. It'll help keep them from sliding in that tune too. Yeah, this one had a lot of play in it. There you go. And I'm sure this will help. And it will. That's what they put them screws on there for. Now that is a lot better. Whole lot better control on that. I got a lot better. It's actually more responsive that way. Might be too tight on that D, a 4th. That's fine. Alright, I'm still in my rough tuning. So now, let's check this intonation out. I'm going to go ahead and get my screwdriver ready. This guy. Have him ready. So we'll do here at the 12th fret. That's your octave. Oh, that's sharp. So what you want to do if it's sharp, you want to turn these guys to where these are moving, the saddle's moving this way. If it's flat, you're going to go towards the headstock, because what you want to do is you want to flatten the tone of the string. Since it's sharp, you want to flatten the tone. So you want to lengthen the string. So right now I'm going to do just that. I'm going to come here and turn it to where the machine starts moving around. Come on, get in there. That's probably good. You actually can hear the open string actually went sharper. So bring it back down to tone. I'll try again. Now you want to see what was supposed to happen is you hear the open note. You want that octave to match the same pitch. Just slightly, still a little sharp. So we want to come back and more. Come on, Billy. Come on. A little more. Bring it back down to pitch. Now, one thing you want to be careful with is you don't want to push the string down in either direction. It'll raise your pitch up, so you'll be sharp this way. You want to go straight down and easy. Almost there. Just a smidge more. And I'm not a professional at it. I just go till the note sounds right to me. Still sounding a little bit sharp. This 6th string is always the one that gives me the most problems when it comes to doing the intonation. That sounds like it's right on the money. Alright, so let's do the 5th string now. Ooh, wait a minute. That 5th string sounds right on the money. Yeah. Alright, let's do the 4th string. That sounds about right. Yep. Not gonna mess with that one. That sounds good. Here's the 3rd string. That sounds like it's right on pitch. To my ears, anyway. I don't own a tuner, so hopefully one day I will. Be able to do this really professionally. I've been doing it by ear for so long. That sounds about right. Now here comes the B. Straight down now. Remember, straight down. go either direction. Cause see what? Listen. See how I just raised the pitch? And we'll go straight down. Very important. That one sounds correct. So really it was just the 6th string. They could probably come down, go up a little bit more, just a scotch. But I'm not going to worry about that. So now, what else is on the ticket here? What else do I got to do? I did the intonation. I did the truss rod. I turned it over, adjusted those screws. Now I need to see, now after it's tuned up into a rough tune, make sure it stays in tune. Sometimes you mess around with these tremolo bars. That's why I don't like them too much. It kicks the guitar out of tune. I don't really care much for them, so I never really cared to use them. It wasn't really in a perfect tuning to begin with. That can also be the strings not being settled. So let's get these strings settled into the pegs. All right, so how I do that, there's a couple different ways you can do that. Let's go ahead and get rid of this. Tremolo bar feels great to me. It's good response. It goes right back right now. And so that's good. So that's set up the way I like it. That's, like I said, it's still in a sucky tuning. But that's just to get the job done. Alright, so what I do, grab the string. I used to do this right here, push it, twist, but I really just take it, lift up on it, and look at there. Now, I'm glad I did that. Let's see what the deal is with that. The string didn't break. I don't know if y'all can tell what happened. Yeah, I'm gonna bring y'all in here and show y'all this. Sadly, this is not the first time this has ever happened when I buy a guitar. I bought guitars before where they don't put them into the loop, into the peg hole at all. They just wrap them around the peg. So this is going to happen probably a lot. They just did that number. They just took, bent, and just put the string on there and wrapped it. That's all they did. So this is what you're going to look out for too if you buy a low end, because they really didn't put a whole lot of detail and attention in how they were putting these strings and stuff on. So you got to really look out for yourself here when it comes to that. That just popped right off. So it didn't break. So I'm going to go ahead, which means, I hope, I still have enough string to sink through that hole. I hate to have to put another set of strings on this just to make it work. Because now it just increased my setup time here. So I guess I'm going to get started on that. And all them strings I've got to rewind because they're all like that. Every last one of them. You never notice that until you get done. Almost done with it all. Alright. Let me see what I can do. They just never did wind them into the, try to straighten the string out as best I can here. Now, they never put them in the holes. Never. So I'm going to have to take this, push it around to where I can get to it. Run it into the hole. I need to get more pushed in than that. Can I? Oh, there we go. There we go. They're not going to notice this kind of stuff. They ain't going to. So this is put together in a shop to where nobody knows what they're doing putting these together. So you gotta watch out for a lot of stuff like this. Then wind it, and I bet you the string Alright, so now let's unwind this guy. So I'm going to do that to every string and come back to you. So now I run into another problem here. I still haven't got to be able to settle these strings in to the peg. It seems like the neck started to bow again. What the hell is up with that? I'm glad I'm going through this. Really, it sometimes happens with low-end guitars, yes. So, look back again on it. And I still have a bow between the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Between the 3rd and 6th frets, pretty much, of the bow. So I'm having to go in and redo this. And hopefully, oh my God, that looks right there. Get my elbows in there and just ease on it. Ease on her some more. Just a little 1/4 inch at a time, just a 1/4 turn. Don't overdo it. Get that in there. Now look, you don't want to go just cranking on those truss rods. Still. So under tension, it really this is why I try to check it under tension too. When I first checked it with the strings on it, they weren't tight. So I'm glad I double checked myself. I don't want to overdo it here though. It's real easy. Why does it look like it's not even moving at all? What is the deal? Is it there for looks? Am I turning it the wrong way, or what's the deal here? Just ease on it. It's really feeling super tight. Might be going the wrong. Let it be that I'm heading the wrong direction. Figure this out and come back to you, friends. Alright, so disclaimer. It's not manufacturer's fault. It's my fault. I was turning it the wrong way. I was thinking I had to go that way to get the neck straightened out. Apparently it's straightening it out going this way. So, yeah. Future Matt, if you're watching, if you ever go back and watch these videos, you know, remember, this way seems to be the ticket on turning those truss rods. Alright, we'll just tighten up them strings again and see if we can get these strings settled into the pegs without any other mishap happening here. Yeah, that 6 string, that ain't the first time that's ever happened. Might be tuned up too high. That sounds about right. Let's go ahead and line this guy up to get him to pitch. Well, that winder is just not wanting to fit into that notch. Back up. Sorry, y'all can't see what I'm doing down here, but I'm trying to get these strings set up. Well, I might have to back off on them screws a little bit. That's a workout. really rough tuning, but it's there. Now, what's next here? Let's settle the strings in now. Let's get into them. Pull up on them a little bit. Now we can settle in this D string. While we're doing it, that D just fell flat. You hear it? Didn't that time. Move on. Do it till don't do it no more. Alright, so let's adjust the pickup height and call this puppy done. We can unplug it now for this part. Before we run out of time here, let's get these pickups adjusted here for their height. Where is my Allen wrench? There it is. And I might go ahead and try to set them down to a 5 mil. This is how I do it. I go to about maybe a 4 or 5 mil, but this time I'm going to run with the 5. And I'm going to come to about the last couple frets. And that is way super high. Can't even get the Allen wrench underneath any of these. So I'm going to go ahead and lower them. They are a little high. Nope, bring it up. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go this way. This way. Might have a smaller screwdriver than what I need here. Should have kept my normal size with Phillips for all this. Well, so say we went through and we got to, and I made a mistake going through that truss rod. I apologize. I'm not perfect, but at least I figured it out along the way. It was my screw up. And so we got it figured out. The neck's straight. Strings are settled in. The springs on the back of the tremolo are adjusted for tightness and playability. And that's a few frets here. Oh yeah, that's out. Yeah. Good to go. Just under them. It can go just under them. Got that perfect. We're good. So, booyah. This is ready to go. I got it set up. I'm going to loosen the strings back up because I like the strings being under tension while they're just sitting still waiting to be sold. That way they're not stretching out and getting wore out just by sitting. So, I'm going to do all that, get it unhooked, pack this thing back up, wipe my fingerprints off of it. Oh, I am going to go ahead as soon as the camera gets done, but I'm out of time now. As soon as the camera gets done, I'm going to back these screws out just a little bit. I do have them a little bit too tight. I was having to struggle to get them to turn. So I'm going to back them off just a scotch. But I'm going to do that and go ahead and let y'all go. Thank y'all so much for clicking on and joining me on this little setup. And be sure to visit the Stranger Strings website. I don't think I have it up, or I think I might just go off. Well, you know, this is going to go on the interwebs to sell. So now it's here. Yes, I'm starting to get up a good inventory on stuff. So still trying to figure everything out. So until next time, be sure to hit that subscribe button. There will be a lot more. The Ibanez guitar setup is coming, guys. I'm customizing that thing just for myself. The Fender I got that video just got wrapped up yesterday, and it's on its way to getting edited and uploaded. So you don't want to miss that. And you probably already seen it by the time you got this video. I don't know, whichever video comes first. Tons of projects, tons of work, tons of everything. Be sure to hit that bell for new video notifications. I'm Matt Johns. Goodbye, my fellow porch pickers. So goodbye, and keep playing, guys.